need no Cynthia, cause we bad bitches LaIndia. Saint Laurent misting is serving you that. Now all the tea, and that's that. Feel it. And I'm gonna give it to you. Again and again. Again and again. Again and again and again. Again and again and again. You ready for this? Let's go. Oh! Everything about this and that. All of this a matter of fact. Turn to me. Turn to this. I'm the one with the information, bitch. All the news ready to attack. Get to your mind, serving like that. Around the world, right to your living room. I'm the one bringing it to you. So sit down, please take a seat. Because you're in for a little treat. No need to worry, we got you. You listen clear to me, babu. I got the tea, the lip and see. Now sit back and listen to me. Sit back and listen to me. Alright, turn that, oh!
Public service announcement. Fair use disclaimer. The following video complies with the copyright disclaimers under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Do not send hate to any individuals or brand mentioned in this video. Oh, and just to let you know, this video may feature my opinion on current events. All information in this video is alleged and should not be taken as fact.
Miss Thing.
Hey to all my bad guys and evildoers, it's me, your girl, LaIndia, and you know it's always something with the girls, okay? So sit back, relax, and let's chat, honey. What's up, you guys? I know what y'all thought I was gonna wait another 2 weeks. You got me wrong. So let's get into the tea today. You know we're gonna start off with a little legendary, and then we're gonna roll off into some other issues that I want to talk to y'all about, because you know what it is, girl. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know how I am. Now with legendary, the episode with the heroes versus the villains. Oh, amazing! Everybody did a good job, but I'm sorry for the villains, Lolita and Lolita and Honey. Lolita, I got my every lasting life, okay? I felt like I was at a ball. I felt like I was right there front and center with you going off like that, girl. You are definitely one of the women in ballroom that, cis women in ballroom that I really go off of, because I really feel like you understand what it means to get in touch with your cunt, meaning in touch with your inner queen, like what I compare her to, like Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. Beyonce is very cool, passive, very easy to talk to. But Miss Sasha Fierce, she don't play. She owns the crowd. She, she just carries on. And that's exactly what Lolita gave. And that's exactly what, it's like a feeling that comes over you, right? When you on the back of the runway, when they call they call your category or they call your name, it's like you just click, You just click into this whole nother person. You can't, like, a lot of people can't even explain it, that what happens to them. And I don't even remember what they did or how they did it. And that is because your inner queen, your inner cunt pops out. That's what they want, with balls, it's all about making them know it. They love for the girls to make them know it. If you're not making them know it, if you're not making the crowd go up, the girls are just going to pay it. And that is a hidden ancient Chinese secret that has been that is a rule in ballroom. It's an unwritten rule, but it's definitely a rule. When you hit that floor, it's to make you know it. Okay, you bring out that inner being that you've been holding in so long that could let you just release your ultimate powers. You understand what I'm saying? You know how they be like, oh, she got a Vulcan demon, or her runway demon, or whatever the case may be. Like, stats. Yes, it's a tap into your demon, and Honey, Lolita taps into it every time she hits the floor. So, girl, you ate that up, Honey. That was a fab finish. Go ahead, Honey Aga. Is it Honey Aga? Right? I believe so. I haven't heard anything new lately as far as with him, but as far as that, like, he turned that out. Erica, again, fab. That's really fab that you share your story on national TV like that. And I didn't want to say that bring up that was your issue, because I wanted you to bring that up, because of course that's very personal, and some people don't like to go tap into where they came from. And that's why I think it's just such a big thing for you to have shared that story, and to continue to share that story with others, to show that you can start from somewhere. Like, you can start from the bottom and build yourself way up to above and beyond. So I appreciate you about that. The category to see, can Saint Laurent come out? He's definitely a charmer. I'll give you that. He is definitely a charmer. You know how everybody has like their way of, everybody finding their niche, and they're like, find your niche and stuff like that. To me, that's definitely his niche, and he knows how to use it. That's definitely one of his biggest tools. Is he's a super charmer. I'm surprised that his name is not Charmer instead of Chimp, because he is a big charmer. He's a big charmer. Okay, honey. I wonder who that was doing the beast that did the hands. In my mind, I think that's Pumps. If that was Pumps, you really ate that. It was really cute to see you like show up your time like that. Like, you do pretty good in ballroom, and we have a pretty cool relationship. Like, I knew you just brother. You turned that out, so I thought that was really fab. Congratulations to what's the child name? Gosh, the LaVin guy with the hands. Oh my gosh, please forgive me. I forgot his name right now. But congratulations to you for winning that. To see what you call it? To see the team that Erica had, she chose the Gorgeous Gucci's. She chose the Gorgeous Gucci's to be a part of her team, right? Which left Scottis to go with Balmain. Now, let's let me put it to y'all like this, right? The Saint Laurents. Yes, I'm gonna bring them up because that's my house and what. So, Saint Laurent, of course. Anyway, there were a lot of leaders, heavy hitters on that team, right? So, sometimes when you have that many powerful people in one setting, it doesn't always work out because it's a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians. So, by you picking Gorgeous Gucci is a really nice house. I love that house. Jeter, delicious. You know what I'm saying? Jarrell, you better do it, Jarrell. And Deshaun, like, it's really cute for them. But I felt like when it comes to what I'm seeing a lot with television is that, when it comes to things like that, you have to understand shows like that, whatever. You have to be very strategic. I think that would have been a really good team for you guys to pick was, I felt like the Escadas. And I'm going to tell you why. Either the Escadas or the Balmains, right? Because when, how the old saying, bring your enemies closer and bring your friends more, backwards. I'm sorry for messing up the whole thing, but the main point is to keep your enemies closer. By them picking the Balmains, that would have definitely brought them closer to closer to the next step. I think it would have been a total wipeout. Every category it would have been a total wipeout. And also with the, and on the other hand, with the Gorgeous Gucci's, if the Gorgeous Gucci's would have went with the one with the Escadas, right? That would have been a really good turnout too, because you got to look at it. You have the you have the dramatic delicious, you have the soft and cunt Cheyenne. So that would have turned that real cute, right? And then with the hand, let me see, with the oh wait, let me see, with the runway, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I could kind of see where she picked it. I mean, don't get me wrong, all the houses that's on there are good houses, but I'm trying to think of like the strategic thing. I think that they should have picked either I think it'd be better for her to pick either the ball maid. Honestly, I'm gonna just keep it straight. It's cute about. I feel like you should have picked I feel like you would have picked I feel like you should have picked the ball maids, because you always want to keep your enemies closer than apart, because it's like you have more tools you can use against them. You understand what I'm saying? And when it came down like to the end of whatever case it be, whoever the lost, like, I believe the gorgeous Gucci would have made it to the last round. Even though, don't get me wrong, I love the House of Viscata. I mean, I appreciate the House of Viscata. It's no shade to y'all, but I'm just talking about the whole game plan of it all. So, yeah. Yo, I had the pleasure of doing some fabulous work that's coming out very soon. I did some work with Japan Chanel, and we had interviewed Thaddeus Lade Allure, and he was very inspiring. He has so much positive, lovely energy. Like, I cannot wait for you guys to see that interview coming up. Like, Japan got his show that he's working on. It's really, really amazing. He is really a genius, girls. You girls gonna gag when you see what he got coming up. What he got in store for you guys. So I wanted to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to something that I could put on my resume, as well as me producing something. That was like a really amazing experience. And Thaddeus, you are awesome. To me, Thaddeus is like the Law Roach of ballroom. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, everybody has like, in ballroom there's always somebody that reminds you of somebody in mainstream, or all from mainstream all the way down to your favorite auntie, or your favorite gay uncle. He has such a rich soul, a rich personality, very positive, very rich, very and then like, all I can say is that I'm definitely glad to be a part of the bloodline. Okay, before we end with a gave, right? I heard recently from watching Tasha K, online with Tasha K. If you don't watch her, you need to watch her. She's very funny. She's messy. She's here for the shit. She's with the shits. All the above. Shout out to you, Tasha K. I love you so much. I love you, and I appreciate what you do. You definitely inspired me in many ways than just one. She brought up the fact that Wendy Williams is currently in a hospital, and they're doing a lot of monitorizing her brain, because this lady is going through psychological issues. She's talking to herself. She's having a lot of suicide thoughts and suicide thoughts and attempts. She lost behind her husband. She has lost her she lost her son. Like, her son doesn't communicate with her, and all this. Her husband, like, she was only threatening to get a divorce because she wanted him to be serious with her, and stop his nonsense, but he kept going. And she's basically in the hospital, going through a really critical situation of a dying heart. So for those who always watch Wendy Williams, that always love Wendy Williams, that has love for Wendy Williams, and even if you don't, even if she is a messianic girl, she's been this, that, and the third, nobody deserves to have their heart broken like that. Heartbreaks is as much heartbreaks as it is people falling in love. But You know, you don't wish bad on anyone. And I really feel that Wendy Williams, she has definitely opened the doors for people like Charlamagne, people like Kelly Harrison, you know, people like oh my gosh, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my god, he's another ballroom person. Gosh, I like watching him. The Vicky Gotti show, you know, like all the people, like, you know, the Tasha K, you know, Gossip Girls with Jessica, you know, like everybody, the list goes down, like the list goes down, even like Wendy Williams, you know, like all, I mean, not Wendy Williams, what you call it, T.S. Madison, you know, like the list goes on. A lot of what they give today is because of what she, you know what I'm saying, what she opened the door for. Because a lot of black people were, I mean, a lot of people in the black community was not, there was not really a voice for our hip-hop culture, R&B culture. It wasn't, you know, like, she was the, Wendy Williams, even though she had a messy way of doing it, she made black people in the industry more relevant in her own way. So put your prayers and, you know, high energy and love for Miss Wendy Williams, okay? Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. There's a lot of things that I feel that people get misunderstood and don't seem to realize that this shit is annoying as fuck to us. And it's about time that somebody say something about this, okay? So here it goes. The 10 things you should never ask a trans girl. Yeah, let's get right on into it, honey, because you know we gotta get into you know, from the girls, I mean, come on now, from one girl to another, you know this stuff is aggravating. Now, some questions is okay for certain situations, and you know what those situations are, so we don't have to go back and forth about or try to play the guessing games. Y'all already know, okay? Number 1, how big is it? How big is it? What do you mean, how big is it? Why is that such a big concern about what size I have? First of all, you don't even know if it's there or not. So why are you even asking me that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is ridiculous to me. That's like, to me, it's kind of like, it's like more, to me, I'll take it more as of a masculine question. You know, that's just something that you ask a guy about how big his thing is. You don't ask a girl how big her thing is. Like, that makes no sense to me. No sense at all. And then number 2 is, what's your boy name? What was your boy name? If you see, I'm sitting here giving you woman, giving you lady, giving you cunts, giving you bitch, okay, girl, all the things, her, she, all of that. Why would you ask me what was my boy name? Are you asking me that because of the fact that you want to call me that? Or are you asking me that because, you know, that's something that you want to have on your belt and something that you can say that you have on me, that you know my boy name, or whatever the case may be? Why does any of that matter? Why does my born name matter to you? Why? Are you the FBI? Are you the police? Are you a detective? What's going on? Tell me. I'm interested. Why do you want to know that so bad? And I'm not talking about, and not just guys ask you that, girls ask you that, gays ask you that, your boyfriends ask you that. Like, everybody, I don't understand why is that such a big concern about what my boy name was. That makes no sense. Ciao. And then number 3. What surgeries did you have? When anytime that people ask me that, I always feel like they are comparing and like compare contrast. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're comparing me to the next trans girl. They're comparing me to a woman. They're trying to dissect me and, you know, talk about what, not talk about, but just kind of like try to put, it's just, you know, it just give me that. Instead of going like this, it's going like this to me. Like, why are you trying to dissect me about from what surgeries that I have? You know what I'm saying? And me, for a person that hasn't had any surgeries yet, and I say yet because I do plan to, and no, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I do plan on doing that. I'm going to thick ass arms, but I do plan on get them surged up. Get them sucked out. But anyway, like, that to me is so annoying. Like, a girl, like, if you when you do that, it's kind of like you, and then when you're explaining to them, it's kind of like you're dissecting yourself. Oh, I got my nose done, my lips done, my boobs done, my ass done. It's really nobody's business. You know, when people first was getting surgeries, they were, you know, altering and correcting things that they felt, you know, they were insecure about, or they felt like, you know, they wanted to bring, you know, they wanted to show more, you know. So people wasn't so open about their surgeries, you know what I'm saying, before. But today, you know, people are very open about their surgeries. But honestly, let me tell you, if I want to tell you what surgeries I had done, then that's fine. Let me, you know what I'm saying, I'll talk, you know, talk and Tammy. I'll, you know, what you call it, you know, charm and chatty. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you how many surgeries I got. If I'm taking hormones and not this, that, or third, that's fine. But don't ask me that. That's very, I keep wanting to say demasculating, but that's opposite because of the fact that I'm a female. So I'm trying to think of the word, like defeminizing me, if that's a word. I'm gonna look that up later. I'll probably, you know, I'll put it in the video if it makes sense, or maybe not. But just, you know, that's very defeminizing to ask me stuff like that. You know, to ask another trans woman like that. Another question. Do you have pictures of you when you was a boy? Again, why do you need to see that? Why do you need to know that? Why does that any of your concern what I used to look like? The person that's in front of you is the person that matters. That's the person that matters. Why does it matter about... What does it matter if I used to wear, if I used to wear fades all the time, or you know what I'm saying, or what are you trying to say? If I always look like a girl, is that what you wanted to see? Is that what you were like? What is the purpose of that? Like, I need to know, y'all. Like, for those of the people that ask those questions, okay, I really want to know, what be the purpose of those questions? And like, either way you look at it, it's looking like it's more like giving a derogatory statement, because it's not like, I don't see any compliment in that. I don't. Again, that's more giving like compare and contrast. You know, like you breaking me down. You know, I feel like I'm at a bar and, you know what I'm saying, I'm walking and you dissecting me, looking to see what I, you know, like you trying to look at all my flaws, like see where I transition at, where I didn't transition at. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is just very no. Now, another one that I get this a lot from men, but I have been asked this from women too, is, do you have sex with girls? If I'm with you, if I'm going to have sex with you, right? You're a guy. Why does it matter to you who I'm having sex with? If I'm not having sex, if I'm about to have sex with you, why does anybody else matter of who I have sex with? Right now, I'm about to have sex with you. If I tell you I have sex with women, what you going to do? You going to get dressed up and come back in here as a woman? What you going to do? You going to make a phone call and bring a woman here? Because you already know, anybody extra, they're paying. And I don't care if you sell cooch, okay? I don't care if you sell cooch or not. You just extracurricular shit that you ain't with, they're going to have, you feel that you're willing to do it, they're going to have to give you something for that. Because if not, it's giving like, why bother? So, I don't care if you sell cooch or not, honey. Fix my little lip, it look a little, you know, feeling more color. And my orange. I love this color. I love that. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, like, girl, what is the point? If you don't go sit down somewhere while that's doing that stupid ass shit. Like, ooh, excuse my language. I'm trying to slow down my cursing a little bit because you can definitely get your point across more. But, you know, people can still understand you without always cursing. I think people use cuss words to, like, grab your attention. You know, because it's kind of like, it's still shocking. Because, you know, when you was young, it was taught to you that was a bad word. So anytime you say a bad word, like, you know, even as adults, people still be, like, low-key shocked. You know, so that makes people pay you more attention when you curse. So, I'm trying to slow down with the cursing, you guys. So bear with me. So, this question right here is somewhat like, I don't know. It's very like, all these questions that I'm saying to you guys that we hate, you know, it's a majority of us that hate these questions, okay? And like I said before, some of these questions are okay for certain situations, all right? Use your own imagination when it comes to that, okay? When you ask somebody, where did they put it? Where do you put your, you know, saying, like, do you tuck, where you put it, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be? Why? Again. Why you need to know where I'm putting it at? Why? Are you thinking about transition? Are you thinking about becoming a woman? Is that what you're thinking about doing? And for the cis women, why are you so concerned where it's going? It don't matter. You don't see it, right? So where's it going? You know what I'm saying? You don't see it, so what does it matter? Like, you know, it could have been going. It could be going. You know? It could be really going. So, I mean, like, those, like, when you ask stuff like that, you have to understand. And I'm talking to people, like, I'm talking to people that we communicate on a day-to-day basis. You know, people that are really curious and want to understand us. But, you know, I mean, with that, you know, but however, when you're asking us questions, when you're trying to get to know us, and you want to know things about us or whatever, it's just, you know, questions like that, I think it's more derogatory. I think it's more of you dissecting me. I think it's more of you comparing me to the next person, or the, you know, say the next woman or whatever the case may be. And I just feel like that's not fair. That isn't fair. That isn't right, and it isn't cool. Like that kind of shit just don't make any sense, and it should just not, you know, saying it should not just it should not be. It should not be that situation right there. That it should not be of a concern about, you know, where I put it. Now this is one of the biggest questions that I feel really uncomfortable with, because it like takes me to a place, well, not really just takes me to a place, but it kind of it has times when I've been asked that, and it's confused me about my own thoughts about who I am as a woman. And also it also kind of makes me like, I mean, and I mean, not just for me, so I'm sure that other girls feel uncomfortable answering that question, because if I tell you that I'm not gonna get it cut off, does that make you look at me that, like, you know, I'm not woman enough? If I, you know what I'm saying, if I do cut it, you know what I'm saying, if it is cut off, the you know what I'm saying, like, is that you're gonna accept me more, or do you have something bad to say about that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just giving like, no. Now I'll tell you the proper way. If you really want to know that question, right? If that's something that you really are curious about, the proper way of asking someone if they had bottom surgery or not is asking them if they are a pre-transsexual or pre-op transsexual or post-op transsexual. And if they say pre-op, that means that they have not cut it off, okay? That they have not had the SRS. If they say post-op, that means yes, they have, had the surgery. So that's your answer right then and there. It's asking us if, are we going to get it cut off, or did we get it cut off? That right there is that's a very derogatory way to ask somebody if they had the surgery or not. I don't understand why is it such of a big issue to you, because it shouldn't matter what I have between my legs as long as you see the woman before you. That's all that should matter, okay? Now, this other question, number 8, this goes out to the men that date us, the men and women that date us, okay? Is, why would you cut it off? Excuse me? Why would I cut it off? Because I wanted to. Because I felt like it. Because because I was tired of wearing panties. I want to wear thongs, or I want to wear a skirt and with no panties. Like, why? It's never. And I think majority of the men that ask girls, why, they say to them, why would they get it cut off, is because, and girls, pay attention to that. And they want to know, why would you want to get it cut off? Because of the fact that they are attracted to what's between your legs. You understand what I'm saying? Don't just think that the guy is with you because of the fact that he appreciates you for you being the woman that you are, okay? You best believe, and I'm not going to say that's for everybody, okay? But if you want to argue me down, we can, because I'm not afraid of nobody. Now, I love the chit-chat, so what's the take? But when guys actually that's because of the fact that they like that. Whether they touch it, don't touch it, to act like they don't even want to see it, they still like to know that it's there. Hello, we seen pose. You remember that when she was in the bed with him, and then when he went down and seen that it was there, he gagged and put her out? Oh yes, that is real. I have a lot of post-op trans women that I know that I've talked to, and they all tell me that majority, almost all of the men that they used to talk to before this, before the surgery, now, girl, they disappeared off they just disappeared off the face of this earth. Why? And I'm telling you, it's because of the fact that the men and women, because there's women that like us too, don't get it twisted. Men like you because you're different. And I think that's what, and that right there, that taught me a lot about understanding who I am, appreciating who I am, and keeping up front that whatever surgery I choose to do, that I'm not doing this surgery for an acceptance of a man or anyone. I'm doing it for me. That's that, and that doesn't only go. That doesn't only go for bottom surgery. That goes for whether you want to get your boobs done, that whether you want to get your nose done, your lips, your jawline, your chin, your forehead. You do anything you do to yourself. BBL, doing your feet, sir. Any surgery that you do, anything that you do, you're doing it because you want your outside to look like your inside. You want your body to match what your mind feels. Okay? Always keep that in front. I'm talking to the young trans people. I'm talking to the trans kids that's not even, don't even know, that they're thinking about getting different surgery. They have this image of this girl they wants to be and stuff like that. I'm talking to this is to all trans women, okay? Any surgeries that you get those surgeries because of how it's going to make you feel. Not how it's going to make the other person feel. Because I guarantee you, you go doing that, right? And you come back to them, there's going to be something else. Okay? There's girls I've known that said, oh, I'm gonna get my breasts bigger because that brings me more money, you know, or my guy, saying guys like girls with big asses, so I'm gonna go get me a big ass, or I'm gonna get my pussy because of the fact that he's gonna treat me more like a woman, this, that, and the third. Honey, there's been stories of women that killed themselves behind doing the SRS surgery because of for the person that they thought was going to love them, and they end up leaving them for a girl that did not get the surgery. Okay? Keep that very upfront. Any surgery that you get, okay? People are going to always have their opinions, and that's okay. Everybody has an opinion, like they have assholes. But what matters at the end of the day, when you go home and you look in that mirror and you wait, you wrap all that makeup, you put all that shit up, whatever, you looking at yourself, when you get dressed, when you come out the shower and you see that between your legs or whatever imperfections are, right? You have the right, of course, to feel like, not be happy with everything. Of course, you can change it, okay? But the biggest thing that you guys need to always keep up front and understand and respect of yourself is that if I'm doing this for me. This is going to make me happy. This is going to make me feel more comfortable, okay? Not for what anybody else did. I mean, like, there's girls that told me, and I'm going to keep this a buck, right? There's girls that have told me that they have had the surgery and they have complications, but they feel like they made the best decision of their life. Okay? Not, oh, I have the surgery and it works so fab and the JB living this and third. There's those too. And like, I've seen it in action. I've seen girls like turn out, I'm a ooh girl, make me want to get one, okay? But what stuck out to me the most is the girls that had the complications, and for them to say that they're still happy about what they did, that they feel like it was the best decision in their life. That is the thing that you should be paying attention to. They didn't do it because they felt like they was gonna keep that guy in their life for a long time. They didn't do it because they felt like they'd be better accepted. They did it because it makes them, it helped to make them feel more comfortable being in their bodies. So always understand that and know that of yourself. Okay? Because you go around here doing, I'm telling you, you're gagged, and plenty has gagged. Okay? There's a lot of girls that's committed suicide. There's girls that committed suicide off of doing castration because they can't come. There's been girls that's took their own breast implants out because it freaked them out. It's girls that freaked out and detransitioned because of the fact that they felt uncomfortable when they started taking hormones and seeing that they started going breasts. So when it comes to being a trans person, male or female, you have to think that's why I highly suggest that anybody that comes into transition is to go to get physical therapy. I mean, not physical. Go see a psychiatrist or therapist so that you can really hear yourself and get another opinion back. Like, basically, like, therapists and psychiatrists to me are your mirrors. The mirrors that can talk back to you. Because we think 1,000,001 things in our head within 1 minute. Like, right now, I'm thinking about a whole bunch of things to say to y'all at one time. So that's why sometimes I be like oversaying some kind of, some sentences and stuff like that, because I be thinking OD, like my do. So when a therapist, when you talk to a therapist or a psychiatrist, they basically are, you guys, mirror that can talk back to you. Should think about it like Snow White when she had the mirror. Who's the first of them all, and the little man used to come out? Yes, those are what therapists and psychiatrists are. They're people that are a mirror of you, and they talk to you. They talk to you about the things that they talk to you. They dissect and talk to you about the things that you talk to them about. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like a personal tape recorder. another one that get on my nerves. And I just be like, yo, where is the tea? And you know what? Actually, I got a little better understanding of why people assume this is this number 9. You be fooling, you be, you know what I'm saying, you be fooling guys. Honey, I'm not trying to fool anybody. You know how dudes be like, oh, you be fooling them, huh? Or they be like, oh, you almost fooled me. Or, you know, you be having them fooled like that. Don't nobody, you know what I'm saying, they don't be knowing. They, you know what I'm saying, they be dumb. You just be fooling them. I'm not fooling anybody. I'm just being myself. When you see me, you see a woman, right? When you see, you know, when you see somebody like, oh gosh, I'm not good with names. I swear I'm not. Like, shout out to the girl that had got the big thing, the big, what do you call it? The big harassment thing that had happened to her recently. That was crazy. And you know, the whole situation, I remember I talked about it in you know, my second video, talking about Trans Lives Matter, stuff like that. I still can't remember her name right now. But the name I had said was my brother's name. He had posted it. And I slipped it out with his name. So, I'm really bad with names, y'all. I really, really am. So, forgive me for that. But I think, it's a, black trans man, very, very handsome guy, whatever. Like, when you see him, he's an actor, he's been on, a few different shows and stuff. I think his name is my son, or Michael, I believe, or Marcus. One of the, I know it started with an M. Okay, he is. When I see him, when I first saw him, right, I was in a group, right, Asia West. She used to have like these like trans groups, and like, you know, like these sister groups, and the girls would, you know, have like the girls from the scene, and we would like talk about various things or whatever. And there was a time where she had trans men come as well. My bad, here's in my way. And when I first met him, so I'm sitting there and everybody's talking and stuff like that, and he even was talking. But in the back of my mind, I was like, what is he doing here? Now that is realness, okay? If you, I'm saying, because usually around other trans people, I'd be like, okay, I get it. To this day, I still don't get it. I don't even want to get it, okay? That's one of the realest. That's one of the top 10 real affirmed men that I've seen, that I just cannot see them any other way but that. Okay, not saying the ones that you can kind of tell that you know that I'm looking for that, but you know, naturally from one trans person to another, you know, of course you look, and especially a person from ballroom, it just happens naturally that you kind of like dissect them, so to speak. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. I know it's not good, but it's just a natural reaction to certain things. You know, some things you just can't help, but it's just the truth. You know, but anyway, like, he's not fooling anybody. He's just being himself. I'm just being myself. I'm not doing this because I want to see how many dudes I can fool this, that, and third. No. Now, there was a time when I was young, we used to call it test our realness, right? And this is how the game goes. The game goes, if you walk down the street and nobody says nothing to you, or even if they try to holler at you and stuff like that, whatever, then you know what I'm saying, you pass the test. But if you walk down the street and they like, oh, that's a dude, and you know, they like cracking jokes, whatever. Like, oh shit, like, you know, come on, y'all know the legendary stuff. Oh shit, that's a dude. Oh shit is crazy. Y'all niggas is wildin', you know, etc. Now that, you know what I'm saying, that was, you know what I'm saying, it was, now even in that wasn't us fooling people. It was just kind of like, it was turn, you know, you take the bad and you turn, you know, you take the bad with the good, you take the good with the bad, you get what I mean? So, you know, like, that was like a little innocent game, but it's still, and then, I mean, it's still, with that even being said, It wasn't us trying to fool anybody. We was just it's basically like a game between us. Little game we created between us to see how passable we can, you know what I'm saying, how passable, how much under the radar we can be with us being us. You know, people just looking at us for who we are, not what we are. You know? So, you know, nobody's not trying to fool anybody. Ain't nobody trying to do any, I mean, you know, now, I can't speak for everybody because, like I said before, we got our twos and fews that do certain things for certain reasons. And that's a whole new video that I'll be talking about very, very soon. So, girls, get ready, okay? And it's no shade on the panel. It's just being real kind. So, get in. Now, the last but not least, because I'm sure that y'all have plenty of questions that y'all can't stand people ask y'all and stuff like that. It's, how long you been feeling like this? Now, if you taking me out on a date, if you're a client, if you are like if you're an interview for a show, like no matter what it is, it's kind of like, if that's not the base of this interview, if this is not the base of the interview about me being transgender, right? Why does it matter how long I felt the way that I felt? I felt like just forever, bitch. Just like my mother's coochie. I felt like I was a woman. How about that? How about that? How about that? It don't matter. Like you know, all these like. It's when I've been okay. When I be asked these questions, the first thing I think of in my mind is that you're dissecting me. The second thing that comes to my mind is, why do you feel like you need this information? The third thing that comes to my mind is this a measurement of how does this make me more or less of a woman to you? You know, and you hear what I'm saying, right? All those three things I just said, those are all things that would take you down. You know, all things that's negative, things that take us down, things that make us feel a certain way about ourselves and question ourselves about how we feel and who we are and stuff like that. You know, like if I am a singer, if I am a dancer, if I am an actor, if I am a model, if I'm running for president, you know, if I am a doctor, if I am a sex worker or whatever the case may be, those questions, well, I'll leave the sex worker part out because like I said, certain questions are okay for certain situations, alright? I kind of blew it up, but you get what I'm saying. Like, nobody want to be depicted and unappreciated for who they are. Nobody wants to do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear, I mean, with like, that's not, like, I'm sure women have their things that they hate being asked to, and there's things that men being hate to be asked as well, like especially gay men. But it's like, so, you know what I'm saying? So I understand all of that. We all have our things we hate, but right now we're talking about the girls, and the girls, I mean, I'm sure trans men too, they got a lot of things that they don't like for people to be asking them. But one thing definitely is that we're talking about the girls, and this is a lot of shit that we do not like. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're defeminizing of who I am. And this, and like I said, this goes out to my girlfriends, cis women, my guy friends, okay? Because I have guy friends that are heterosexual that I am not sleeping with and I do not sleep with, or whatever it can be. That's how you build good relationships and good and respect and networking. Is you know, everybody don't have to be introduced to you by sex. You don't have to have sex with every straight man. You don't have to have sex with every guy that you think is cute or every girl that's cute. You don't have to do that for people to respect you. You could be like, let me tell you something, right? In my neighborhood, I've been living in this neighborhood for going on almost 10 years, right? Girl, it's here, damn it. For 10 years. And in the 10 years, right, I can count on two hands as many guys I had slept with. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a nun, because, girl, I get out there and I do my thing, honey, okay? I'm ground. Leave me alone, okay? But I have so much, I feel so safe in my neighborhood. I feel like I have a lot of respect in my neighborhood, and I gained a lot of good relationships with people, with the men in my neighborhood. Why? It's because I carry myself with respect, and also I'm not having everybody. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to have everybody. You don't shit where you eat, you know? Because if in all honesty, look at it. Do you want to have sex with somebody that when you see them, they're constantly passing you by in the neighborhood like you don't matter? You know, every girl, and I don't care how fab you are, I don't care how, you know, like, even if you're a junior femme queen, that is a key to me, but that's a whole nother segment. But I mean, basically, or let me just say this: a junior femme queen is a girl that is like in the beginning of her transition. Okay, to be fair, it's more things that come through. The first time I ever heard that was through when Letitia said that. She was like, "What the fuck is a junior femme queen?" And I thought to myself, like, right, what is that? And then, like, later on, it ended up kind of becoming the category. And I was like, okay. But I get the understanding of it. Just basically saying, you know, girls that's the beginning of transition. But when you think of a junior, you think of a man. So that's kind of like, what the fuck? You know, I don't know. Look at me cussing down. I told y'all and I asked y'all to please help me stop cussing. I'm going to slow down. I think one of the two. I'm still trying. But yeah, I'm not saying now don't get me wrong, I know that it's not all that guys and girls that ask us questions like that. It's not saying that I'm not saying that you're coming from a negative place, because not all of them are coming from a negative place. Some people, that's just how they, you know, that's just how they know how to speak, you know how to talk. But please keep in mind, after listening to this video, right, and watching it, listening to it, ask yourself, what I'm asking this person, am I asking her, why am I asking this person? Am I asking this because I'm curious to want to know about their day-to-day lives? Am I, you know, curious of, you know, what, you know, like, what is it about that, you know, about that trans person that intrigues me to them, or you know, what are the main purpose of these questions? And if you feel like you really need to know, you know, try to find the best ways out. There's plenty of different ways to ask us these certain questions, and you know, some of us will be open to answer that to you, and some of us don't, you know what I'm saying, won't. Like, to me, I think it's very, the biggest thing to me I feel is very offensive is to ask the girl what surgery she has, to ask the girl her boy name, to, you know, oh gosh, you know, ask her what's her sexual orientation. Damn, you know, I forgot to put that. That's like the bonus question, is if you're a top or bottom. Why are you asking me if I'm a top or bottom? Why? Do you do dudes? Why are you asking me that? Why? That's something you ask a gay man that. That's something that you ask, like, you know, what you trying to say? I'm a gay dude, and we're going, what you saying? What is the purpose? Why are you asking me that? Why? Period. Why? Don't do that. Okay? Sound a little frustrated, because I am frustrated. I'm frustrated, and that's what made me bring this up, is because, you know, you just do not. I feel like when people ask us that, I feel like they're being derogatory. So it's just giving, like, no. If you really need to know that, Google it. There's so much stuff in Google now. I mean, you can Google anything. You can Google, what is this? Where does this lighter come from? You can Google that. You know? Like, for real, you don't have to do all that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my show. I hope you guys had a good time with me today to chit chat with me. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate, for the subscribers. I appreciate for the people that hits me up all the time. So, continue on through. Check me out, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification box so you get a notification every time I come on. You can follow me at LaIndia St. Laurent on Facebook. That is LAINDIA St. Laurent STLAURENT. I had to think about that because sometimes it's a little twister. Instagram, I'm on Stallion_Vixen. Okay, and if you want to hit me up with my email, it is HABallroomProductions@gmail.com. Okay, so take care of yourself, love one another, and remember, what you do affects everyone. Good night!